welcome to the court. I'm its Jester. Now, where we last left off... Hello! Where we last left off, we saved Alice and Quark, but we used the very last of the medicine on them when we had the perfect opportunity to make more than just those 2 vials of medicine. So now if someone else gets sick, we're fucked, but I'm sure that won't happen. Let's get to voting. Why are you all so scared? Huh? Where's Ten Emoji? Oh god, did we lose Ten Emoji? Oh my god, what if during this death game, Ten Emoji just straight up dies of old age?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything.
Did you kill him? Dio, did you kill Ten Emoji? Did you kill another elderly person?
So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
Dio, you killed the old woman. Did you kill the old man too?
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
Oh, fuck. 1-on-1, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally.
I think you're lying.
You know why?
Because I've only got 1 BP.
Would Dio be comfortable killing a woman? I mean, he killed the old woman. But would Dio be okay killing a young, hot woman? I mean, he voted Ally for Luna. Dio, you're gonna vote Betray. You're gonna vote Betray because you know Phi's only option is to choose Betray because there's no way in hell she can trust you.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then.
Kablooey.
I want to win, but I'm not that desperate.
Dio, I wish I could believe you. I really do. But right now, all I can think is that you probably murdered Ten Emoji.
You see what I'm saying, right?
I want to run back to the infirmary real quick and just see if Ten Emoji's still, like, alive.
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had 1 BP left.
Oh, shit.
Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will,
Phi's gonna pick Betray.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are gonna be going 1-on-1 too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
So if you guys choose Betray against someone who's automatically going to vote to Ally, both of you are going to have 9 BP and be able to walk out of here, leaving the rest of us in the dust. This'll be a tough one then.
if one of them can get the other to ally and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, wait, I was wrong. Yeah, it's one of them versus the other. They're both gonna vote Betray.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
One of them is definitely betraying the other, and honestly, it could go either way at this point.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
You are
1
both
minute
traitorous
remains
bitches. Your
until
words and
Ambidextr's
promises mean
polling
nothing.
closes.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall we?
DOK, Phi, and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Counting from the left, Dio went into the room 3, K went into room 4, and Phi and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6, respectively. That left Luna and myself. Hello! Look, I'm just saying, if we vote, Alice is automatically gonna vote Ally because she's unconscious and can't vote. We could vote Betray to get back at her for what she did earlier. Like, everyone else would probably be pissed at us, but we could do it. What do you think about taking the one on the far left? Is there a dead body in there? Are we gonna find another dead old person?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll do Ally. I'll be nice to the woman that betrayed me. But I'm not doing it for Alice. I'm doing it for Luna. Because I know Luna would want to vote Ally. With that settled, we headed to the AB room number 1. Either that old lady is wandering around alive or she's dead somewhere. Where's June? Did Dio hide the body somewhere else or did he not kill her? Did he kill Ten Emoji? Where'd Dio get his bracelet? I have questions for this timeline.
"30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes."
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary.
Yup.
So,
Her vote's automatically gonna be Ally. You're saying we should pick Ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway.
yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray someone who isn't voting. I don't know, it wasn't really fair for her to vote to betray us in the first place either. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Oh god, I gotta vote Ally. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nonary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, Luna. Well, I'll see what happens when you don't later.
The Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. Alright, let's go have a look at the results.
Okay.
Alice woke up while we weren't paying
Results
attention.
from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
Imagine Alice woke up from in the med bay, walked down here without anyone realizing it, went into one of the rooms, voted betray, and Sigma dies right now.
Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Oh, fuck you two. Fuck all you guys. How did she vote betray? Oh my god! What the? How did she? I called it fucking what? I'm disappointed in everyone. Oh my, how? How? What the? She woke up and came down here just to vote betray?
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
I knew I was gonna get fucked over by her somehow. Okay, this is my breaking point. This is where I break. The game broke me. The game fucking broke me. What? It wasn't possible. I can't even take a straight face. What the fuck is this? I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No. That's not possible. How can Alice's vote be betray? It was a question I would never know the answer to. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked, and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Oh no! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No.
Oh, even Dio's kind of upset we're dying.
Why?
The ship sails. My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them open. Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed that the door of the second AB room was open. Alice woke up, came down to the AB room, and voted betray. I said that as a joke! No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. And yet, there she stood, an apparition that couldn't possibly be real. What the fuck, Alice? Alice! The world was gradually going black, and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. How? Why? What was she doing there? Had she run in at the last moment after Luna and I entered our room? But even if she had, why choose betray? Then the darkness closed over my mind as well, and my questions were gone forever. Well, she chose betray because she wanted the 9 BP. That's why. Okay. So if that's how it's gonna be, let's fucking go. You know what? I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of being nice and getting betrayed at every turn. Fuck everyone. Fuck all these people. No more Mrs. Nice
30
Jester.
seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Luna,
okay,
shut the
Alice.
fuck up. We're not being nice.
Yes.
I'm tired of being nice. I just want to go ape shit.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game 9, 8, 7, 6.
I feel
5,
like Dio's the
4,
only person here
3,
that I can trust
2,
because I know
1.
not to trust him.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
In a way, Dio's the only character that takes accountability for his actions because he owns the fact that he's an asshole instead of still acting like he's the victim in all this.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room.
Why?
Because Luna, I'm sorry, but we're not being nice anymore, because being nice is for suckers in this game.
What happened to it's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting?
That was before the bitch killed me.
I thought...
There was nothing I could think of to say. Yeah, I can. Fuck that bitch. Even I didn't really understand why I picked betray instead. Fuck you. Fuck it. Sigma, stop being weak. Sigma, you're being weak. It had almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Yeah, the smart part of your mind. Me. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will. Look, if I have to be evil to stop being a sucker, then I'm gonna be evil. Let me be evil. I'ma own it. Right, well, we should go see the results.
Really? We already know what they are.
Yeah, everyone voted to betray each other. Literally, everyone voted betray.
It's just simple math.
Luna, honey, sweetheart, baby cakes. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what I've just been through. The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I can punch you harder if you'd like. I'll punch you in the dick, Sigma. I'm going to punch... Okay, you know what we're doing now? Sigma's gonna bitch slap everyone. Everyone except Quark, because it'd be wrong to hit the kid. But everyone else, bitch slap. Bitch slaps for everyone. On the house, free of charge. I turned away and almost ran toward the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes. Her sad puppy dog eyes.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
And they betrayed each other because Kay and Clover are liars. They betrayed each other because Phi and Dio are liars. And Alice is back and she's got some fucking splaining to do. Alice was faking being unconscious. Alice woke up and pretended to still be asleep so that everyone else would go to the AB room and Sigma would go in voting ally because she would be voting ally by default, and then waited until the gate closed and then snuck into a gate after them. This was calculated.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
This was a fucking murder. Alice is a murderer. And Dio's a murderer, and Clover's a murderer, and Kay's a murderer. I'm pretty sure the only people who haven't murdered anyone so far were Ten Emoji, Quark, and Phi. They're the only ones who haven't murdered anyone yet. Did Sigma murder someone? I can't remember if Sigma murdered anyone or not.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Luna might have killed someone in one timeline, I'm not sure. Because I don't know if it was that she killed herself, but I think it was that Clover killed Luna because she thought Luna killed Alice? Or was it that Luna killed the old woman? I don't know. Luna may have killed someone. I'm not sure. It's so complicated. There's so many fucking time loops, and everyone's an asshole in all of them. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No. How can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. Hey, Alice, what's good? Alice. She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? And as I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move toward us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh?
I'm going to kill you.
Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it?
You would have killed me!
Coward.
You would have killed me! Me, a coward? You got some balls saying that to me after you picked Betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you?
I should have let you fucking kill yourself.
Tenmyoji told me. Thank you.
Fuck you!
I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
Sigma punch her in the tit!
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible.
Aw, poor baby. I feel so sorry for your murderous, lying bitch ass! I'm mad.
I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people.
Yeah, I know, blah, blah, blah. Your blood is ice 9, whatever.
A result of my training.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't give a fuck about you.
I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room.
Yes. Right in the nick of time, too.
Alice just tried to murder us. And she's acting like she's the victim. That's what's going on. That's what you've missed. Welcome to the party.
About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Yup.
Right. What? Don't I get to do that?
Sure, if you want to be a murderer.
I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose Betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
And if I didn't vote Betray, Sigma would have lost his life.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Do not feed in to this bitch's gaslighting, Luna.
Yes.
What I did was self-defense. What I did was self-defense, not you. You're full of shit. Self-defense, my ass. You chose Betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I had picked Ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose Betray.
No, you didn't, you fucking bitch.
There was...
Shut the fuck up! Tell the truth!
That is the truth.
No, it isn't!
Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Vi and Dio. Yeah, well, guess what? We always expect Dio to be trying to kill someone. When is Dio not trying to kill someone? Reprimanding Dio for trying to kill someone is like reprimanding a dog for licking its own ass. It's a waste of fucking time. I expected better from you, Alice. I actually had standards for you. That's why I'm so fucking angry, because I'm fucking disappointed.
Yes. If Dio had chosen Ally, Phi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen Ally, Dio would have killed her.
I am disappointed in every character in this game, except for Quark and 10 Emoji right now, because they are not here. I hope they stay in the infirmary. I hope they don't have to be part of this.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another.
I love how Luna's saying, I don't want to be rude, and meanwhile, I am just swearing up a storm, cussing out all of these characters.
Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
You know what? I think one of the bombs in the building should just go off right now. Fuck it. Let's all die together. Let's just all explode. It's better than whatever the hell this shitstorm is. I turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word all across the roster: betray. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. You know, Sigma, I think you should just start fucking murdering everyone. Let's just fucking murder everyone. Let's just do that. They'll be fine. Their votes will all default to ally if they're dead! This game's broken me. Alright, guys. Pay attention. You've probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma.
Shut the fuck up. Don't apologize.
But I need to think on something for a bit.
Get out of my face.
I would appreciate being left alone.
Go. Go. Out of my sight. I don't want to deal with you. Be gone. Kay.
I'll be leaving too.
Dio, please don't leave. You're honestly kind of the only one I can really tolerate. We should drug everyone! We should drug everyone with Soparil, and then they'll all be unconscious, and they'll all vote ally! This is the plan! This is much better than rushing to murder.
Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Dio.
Well, in that case...
Et tu fi!
Yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer.
Shut the fuck up, Alice.
In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves.
Okay, and where does that leave you, you dumb bitch?
So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here.
But you don't deny you're a villain at all. You just think you're one among many. You still are a villain. Just because you're not the only one here doesn't mean you're not one at all.
Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it. Luna? Do you have anything you would like to say?
Everyone's gone.
Do you want to make out? Like... You aren't going to leave too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose betray.
I know. But I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something.
How have we gone from Alice being the one I was the most intensely distrustful towards to being the only one I can feel like that I can trust?
Right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and a wet prick at the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed.
Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round.
We are 30 minutes into today's session, and I already feel like I've been through hell just because of that fucking roller coaster.
Star keys are required to open the gates.
Yes, they are.
There is no set limit on usage of the star keys.
Great. So we can just have an even easier time betraying each other forever.
The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
The second Luna's a solo, Luna's gonna get fucked over. Because Luna always votes ally, and she's gonna get betrayed the second she's a solo. So, this isn't gonna end well for her. As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too.
Which would mean we would all just need to keep voting ally until all of us had 9 points, and then we could all leave together. This is simple. Kindergartners could do it.
Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Sure. Why?
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. I'm a Scion pair. I swear to God, if I am paired with Alice. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
Okay, good. That means that she won't be getting betrayed, at least. I wonder what the others are.
It could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We've got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So, what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
So, you want to make out? Yeah. Physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose betray. Including me. Sigma, you made the right call on that.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
We do! It's the freaking bunny! An enemy?
Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back to the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Accelavir. I'm pretty sure Dio set the bombs. I mean, he did have one of the passwords for them. Yeah, that might work. If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else would work together against them.
Right.
Okay, Dio, time to take one for the team. But how do we figure out who it is?
Well, do you have any clues?
Well, only clues I found in the other timelines. I'm not sure how well Sigma remembers them at the moment. Clues, huh? That's right! The memory card! We just gotta go to the med bay, because the screen in the med bay you can put memory cards into and it will play your video. Go, go, go! I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
Oh, I guess we can't really use it then. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary.
To the infirmary!
I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Dio and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one.
Then...
Yes! I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Loon and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenemoji. Oh good, Tenemoji's alive! I thought Dio might have killed him. Dio loves killing the elderly. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. Let's just not talk to her. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. No, Sigma, no! I love being a petty bitch! Don't take it from me, please! It's all I have! As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb and the memory card, and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the later.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Right. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit the memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. What is this? Oh god, do I have to decode something? No, don't make me do it. I'm bad.
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
Please don't make me do this.
In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat.
Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there?
No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish. Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
God damn it, June. If Alice did do it, I don't know why she'd be telling us this, though.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
The Myrmidons. That's Dio's cult! That's the cult Dio's in! Dio! I knew it was you. God damn it, Dio. Dio, why do you gotta betray me like this? I even drew cute ship fan art of you and Sigma together. Why? Why would you betray us? God damn it.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb? It was set by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
It was set by Dio.
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn. I have got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
Use your psychic abilities.
See.
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state, or something like that. Just what the hell kind of job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do.
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
It was Dio! That's idiotic. Of course I'm not.
Really? And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
Alice is tap dancing on my last nerve. I have reached a new level of anger. One where I am so angry, I go back into being calm. I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she'd leapt up and run out of the room. Oh, that's fine. Let her run. She can run as much as she likes. She won't be able to hide. Hey, wait, Alice! Let her run. Just let her run. It's fine. It's fine. I took off after her. Oh, god damn it, Sigma. Why? Save yourself the dignity. Oh, God.
How long are you going to keep following me?
You know, this is where I found you before when you were dying and I saved your life. Until you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover?
Clover?
You already know she works with me.
Well, yeah.
Then why don't you...
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters? Or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. Oh my fucking god! No! Sigma, no! I forbid you from putting your dick in her! Phi, Clover, Luna, Dio, they're fine! Not Alice! I forbid you from sleeping with Alice! where it ended, next to the pond. I think Alice might be bi. I mean, she seems like she's down for Sigma, but she also has the whole thing going on with Luna. I think Alice might want a harem. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
I do. Like, me personally, yeah, I kind of do. But, honestly, I think I hate, like, everyone in this game except Quark, Tenemoji, and Dio. So, you're not all that special. You're just the latest in the people who've pissed me off and disappointed me. But you're not the first, and you won't be the last. So, it's just whatever, Alice. It's just fucking whatever. What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
Oh, she admits it. You mean in the AB game?
Yes. I was so scared.
Oh, god damn it, she's being sad.
Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could.
Oh god, I'm feeling bad for her.
Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying. And everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably the Radical Six.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So
fuck! I forgive you. Alice, I forgive you. There. It's over. We're good now. God damn it.
all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible.
Yeah, but everyone here is horrible, so what does it really matter?
You hate me, don't you?
No.
Just do it!
What? Do what? Oh god, does she want me to punch her in the tit? I've been threatening to do that for weeks!
Kill me!
What? No! Alice, I'm not gonna kill you! That's insane! Like, I might punch you in the tit, but I'm not gonna kill you.
Get it over with!
What the hell, Alice? I'm not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
You're lying! I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
Yeah, you did in one timeline. Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Then another and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek, and off taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
Oh, fuck, that is our in. Oh, God, yep. Sigma, you're joining the harem. Clover will be your sister wife. That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
I won't tell your girlfriend that you cried. Ah, come on.
If you keep your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself, and about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure. My lips are sealed.
Really?
What crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. All right then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist, and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. But by my 9th birthday, we had been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her, as a single mother, alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often, when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall, and in every line of her face, I could see the exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full ride scholarship out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of International Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was as though they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul. We believe that the Free the Soul provides their funding. But trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jell-O to a wall. I think that Alice's dad was kidnapped and forced into helping them clone people, and he cloned the guy that Dio was a clone of. Brother is supposed to be a fairly advanced in years, and rumors say that he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were the Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to the SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, oh, it's Ace, had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler just to call it telepathy. In the SOIS headquarters, had heard of this particular ability before and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time, it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned that he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. Oh, shit. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in the mask had come to visit her. He'd said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. Oh my fucking god, was that Dio? Okay, what if it was Dio? What if they weren't supposed to let Clover go? What if he was supposed to kill her. Is Sigma a clone? There's so much happening. Okay, I think that because Dio mentioned that he got in trouble with the cult because of his involvement with women. What if he didn't want to kill Clover, so he just told her to scram, and that him letting Clover live was the incident that he was involved with that resulted in him getting in trouble with the cult? And what in the other timeline? Dia and Sigma are the OPP. Dio and Sigma are the OTP. I already drew fan art for it. Oh god. But what if Sigma's a clone? Or Sigma was cloned? Because we do know in K's ending, when we took off his mask, we saw that he looks exactly like Sigma. What's happening? Why is there so much cloning? Remember when this game series was simple and all we had was telepathy? God damn it! In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. Dio, did you kill Alice's dad? Oh, that's not gonna go over well once she finds out about that. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on the steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right then and there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness, not for the monsters who'd put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were the latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode that we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any other of my agents in danger. So we took our time. We gathered information, and we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot in the Myrmidon stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up in the AB room.
Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Yeah, the others have probably all killed each other while we were having this heartwarming chat. Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that that person is a Myrmidon, right?
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait. A long string of numbers? Could that be... Hey, Dio. Remember that other timeline? Seven 8153610988380942419905551. Let's go!
What the hell?
Look, I can see into other timelines. I'll explain it later. Let's go beat the shit out of Dio. I was almost as surprised as she was. The numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind, and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
Wait. Can you say that again?
781536109883809424199050551.
That's 198,449,351 to the third power.
Yes! What?
That number you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,351 to the third power.
Alice, I love you! You're talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? Like, if you have 30, then you'd get 2 times 3 times 5, right?
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
I don't think I did. I think I blocked out a lot of that stuff. So you're saying that 198449351 is a prime, and if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you'd get, oh my god, I am not reading all those numbers out for a third time. We're not doing it. No.
Yes.
Don't tell me you just did all of that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head. Simple mental arithmetic.
Alice, I'm so glad we're getting along now. I love you. What? No way. That's impossible.
I told you. I'm better at math than most people.
That's not better at math.
Look at you. You just recited a huge string of numbers. That seems pretty astounding, too. Where did you find that number anyway?
I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her? That it just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys. And there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number. I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Uh-huh. Could you explain that with small words?
Well, look at the prime factors of your number. 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code. You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
I think the first row was... I'm not reading that.
And the second row?
I'm not reading that either. I think. And then they just repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory. We could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. How do we decode that?
You use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
Woo! How do we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter. The next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one. Then 8 from that one. Just keep going until you get something. Make sense?
I ran over what she said in my head. The prime numbers Alice had given me was 98449351. So what would we get if we picked out the letters like she'd explained? The first letter would be C from the top left. Then you'd move 9 to the right, which would give you O. Then 8 more to the right. Eventually, we'd get a word. And that word was... Oh, what the fuck? I don't wanna! Don't make me! Don't make me! Don't make me! Don't make me do it! No! Don't make me. The code sheet... Oh, God! The code sheet won't be displayed when you input your answer, so it would be wise to solve it now. The keys... I'm gonna go pee. I'm gonna go pee. I have returned. Okay, we can do it. So it's C, and then it's O. Frick. Okay. I'm gonna look this up in a walkthrough. I'm giving up right away. There we go. Gonna Google that. I don't remember the code anymore. It's bad. Oh, there it is. Oh. You know, everyone would have a much easier time solving all these puzzles if they just had access to the internet like I do. Boom! I regret nothing. Was this shameful? Yes. Am I a bit embarrassed? Yeah, but... God damn it, I do not think it would have been very entertaining to sit here for an hour watching me try to decode something. I did it! Completed! That's it! That's the answer! Thank you, internet!
Completed? Are you sure?
Yeah! Alice, why didn't you decode it? Why'd you have me do it? Yeah, I did exactly what you told me to do, and the word I got is completed. Alice, you should have done it, not me! Well, actually, it's completed, completed, completed. The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. It just repeats.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
I'm definitely certain.
All right, then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean, though.
What? Aside from the obvious, you mean? I'm guessing here it means mission complete. So that's what the transmitter was for.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Other time loop, don't worry about it.
What transmitter?
I barely even heard her. Suddenly my mind was full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It was like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath. Oh yeah, that dead old lady. We still have to deal with that.
Holy Father, Holy Brother, Holy Master.
Dio, stop praying. We're gonna have to interrogate you for murder.
My sacred mission is at last complete.
Oh god.
With these 2 hands, mankind is saved.
Okay.
I am your will made flesh. In your name, I give thanks.
I feel really bad for Dio because, like, he was raised in a cult. Like, shit, that sucks for him. Damn it! Why hadn't I realized it before? I could remember a series of numbers, but not this? At least I remembered it now. Dio was a member of the Myrmidons. And not just any member, he was their leader. And that meant he had to be the one who'd planted the bombs.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Alice, we gotta go beat up Dio. Yeah.
Then answer my question.
He didn't really, like, betray the cult. He broke the cult's rules because he was fooling around with ladies. And he got in trouble for that. But he still that this mission was kind of his way to make it up to the cult and, like, redeem himself in their eyes. Dio got in trouble for bringing hoes back to the cultist base.
What the hell was that?
Other time loop memories.
What's this about a transmitter?
Other time loop memories. I didn't trust myself to try and explain it to her. More than likely, she'd just think I was insane. Even I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the Myrmidons.
No, that's Dio. If I was, do you really think I'd reveal myself like this?
Point.
Out of nowhere, Clover had appeared. Is someone dead?
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Is someone fucking dead again? Really?
We're all down in the Floor B warehouse. Well, all of us but Luna and Quark.
Why?
We've still got 45 minutes until the white doors open.
I know that.
Oh, okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought UK and Quark didn't know about the white doors.
Tenmyoji told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were, so we all followed him down to the Floor B warehouse.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Phi and Kay were already there.
So?
Well, all of a sudden, Phi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
Okay, that sounds like them. What?
Why? Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last AB game had been the cause of their fight. Even though Tenmoji only had 1 BP, Phi had chosen Betray. They started to fight, and since Dio had pressed Betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged into it too.
That seems odd. Phi only had 1 BP too. Her choice seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
Ugh!
Just come with me. Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Okay. We need to show up, and we need to separate everyone, and they're all gonna need to go to their own individual timeout corner. Come on, Alice, let's go.
Coming.
All four of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. I felt like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the smallest spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his hand balled into a fist at his side. I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and then headed over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. Quick, Alice, Clover, start making out. It'll cause a distraction. Clover, tell me what's going on. This whole thing is stupid. You need to knock it off.
Stupid? What about this is stupid? We're talking about my life, you self-righteous dick.
Okay, well, Ten Emoji, let's be real. You don't have a whole lot of life left to live anyway, so is it really worth getting mad about? I know, but yelling at each other isn't going to solve your problem. The best thing for us to do right now is to trust each other and get through this, except Dio. We shouldn't trust Dio. Dio's part of a cult. Wouldn't you agree?
Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
Same to you.
Ten Emoji wasn't even there.
I told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea. What did you think he was gonna do? You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
I couldn't just leave Quark alone.
That's no excuse. And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray? Did you even think that through? What, I was supposed to pick Ally? If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose Ally.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Sigma's right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, you don't get to talk. You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Dio, you're stirring the pot.
Perhaps. But I think that's better than merely killing someone.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
Dio, we both know that's a fucking lie. Ah! God damn it! Enough already! I roared with fury, and my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. I didn't know how long that silence would last, so I decided to put it all on the table. There was only one way I was going to be able to take control of the situation. Guys, listen to me. We really don't have time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. See, the thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs.
What?
Is this what you were talking about earlier?
Sort of, yeah. I know which one of you it is.
Well, spit it out then.
Please, explain what's going on here.
Oh, Dio! I don't think I need to. They're going to admit it. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes.
What?
Dio, you've been a bad boy. You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say Dio's mouth.
What are you on? You think I set those bombs?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Hey, if you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just stating a fact.
Oh yeah? Where the hell'd you get that fact?
Other timeline. Oh god, other timeline is not good evidence. Fun as it was, I knew taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He just played dumb. He was good at it, and I'd get nothing. That meant I was going to have to trick him. Well, you see, I'm actually from Free the Soul.
Free the Soul? What's that? Some kind of hippie shoe company?
Don't play dumb, Dio. Or should I call you Left? Brother ordered me to come here, to keep an eye on you. It was quick, but for just a moment I saw his eyes twitch. I left on that moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. Fine. Skepticism is understandable, admirable even. But perhaps this will convince you. I pressed forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. I told Dio about Brother's background, about how his younger brother Left had been murdered. I mentioned casually that the Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So, still not convinced? How about this? 0815361098838094241990551. Do a little prime factor decomposition of that, and you'll get 198449351 to the third power. If I'm not who I say I am, how on earth could I possibly know that?
What? No, that's not possible.
Finally. So, let's start over, shall we? I was sent here to watch your every move. It seems our wise and noble brother doesn't trust you. He suspects betrayal.
No! You're lying!
I assure you, I'm not. But if you don't believe me, why don't you go outside and call him yourself with your transmitter?
No. No! You have to be lying! Brother trusts me! That's why he chose me for this mission! Why would he make me the leader of the Myrmidons if he...
Huh? Sorry, what was that?
I said, why would he have made me the leader of the Myrmidons if...
Heh! I grinned.
Wait, what the hell? Are you fucking kidding me?
Sorry, Dio. You're not just good at playing dumb, you're good at actually being dumb too. But I still love you, baby. I've never even seen Brother.
What the hell was all that? How did you know all those things?
You told me them in another timeline. Don't know. Maybe I was divinely inspired.
Oh, give me that shit!
What's going on?
What are these Myrmidons?
Oh yeah, you guys are locked out of the loop. Dio and I stared at one another while Clover and Tenemoji quickly explained to Phi and Kay about the memory card and the number 2 bomb, and about the code we found that it was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
So you mean to say someone from the Myrmidons planted the bombs?
Tenemoji!
And Dio pretty much just admitted to doing it?
Yeah.
Bastards. I'll never forgive you.
Alice is about to kill a man. I heard a low, furious muttering behind me and turned to see Alice, her lips pulled back into a snarl.
I am going
To kill you!
No, don't kill him! He's too pretty to die! Her voice rose to a scream as she charged toward Dio. No, I still snip him with Sigma! They can still make the relationship work! You can't just kill half of the OTP! Alice! I know he killed your father! Actually, you know what? No, he killed your father. You should be able to... Yeah, you do this. You have my full support to kill him. He ducked out of the way smoothly and pulled something from his pockets. Oh my god, does Dio have a fucking gun?
Whoa there.
Oh! Okay, well, good news. Dio does not have a gun. Bad news. Dio has the detonator to the bombs! Fuck!
I like my women a little feisty, but you're taking it a little too far, sweetheart. Tone it down.
Once again, In playing a Zero Escape game, I have come across yet another antagonist that has similar taste in women to me. Fuck.
What?
She's gonna kill him.
You see this? You know what it is, don't you?
Oh. Oh my god. Is that the detonator?
Yep.
Exactly. And I assume you know what happens if I press this button?
Yes. I think I do. I'm guessing it'll set off both of the bombs.
Well, I wouldn't say both.
You mean there's still a number 1 bomb we haven't found?
Correct. And there's one more, too.
Oh god fucking damn it. There's 4 bombs?
No. There are 4 bombs?
Okay, I got the passwords for 2 of them.
Exactly. I planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3, but there's also one more. Bomb number 0.
Okay, I have the password for that one.
Add all that up and you're looking at about 4 tons of explosive power. Those go off and it's all over. That's enough oomph to turn this whole place into a smoking crater.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That'd kill you too.
So, I'm ready for that.
Yeah, Dio's gonna be rewarded in the afterlife by his cult god.
I've got spares.
Dio, I don't think that's how cloning works.
Spares? Is that what Sigma was talking about?
Yeah, clones.
I heard Alice whisper something to Clover.
Let's go, Clover. Show him all that training wasn't for nothing.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Right.
Before I had a chance to ask them what was going on, they moved.
Die, you bastard!
Okay, yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah!
She roared and leapt toward Dio, Clover following just behind. Alice threw a punch at Dio's face, and as he dodged, Clover spun out from behind her. Dio grunted and turned to focus on Alice, but Clover darted in and snatched the detonator from his hand.
Clover, get him!
Right! Sigma, catch!
Why are you throwing it to me? Huh? Before I could respond, Clover had thrown the detonator at me. I scrambled to grab it out of the air and held it to my chest. What if Sigma had accidentally pressed the button when he caught it? Why would you throw it?
Stop! Let me go!
No!
Still let go of me, you asshole!
No! Baby, you're going to the timeout corner. Yelling didn't do him any good, and Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Strangely, though, once they had a hold of him, he stopped struggling. I was reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the mouth of a lion. Had he surrendered? Or did he have some trick up his sleeve? It didn't feel right. I didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. The detonator in my hand suddenly began to flash. What?
Ha! Serves you right.
God damn it, Dio. Dio, Alice is my favorite character now. Fuck you.
What are you laughing at?
You, her, all of you. God, you're stupid.
Friendship with Dio over. Alice is my new best friend now.
What? Why?
See that detonator you threw to Sigma? You activated it. If it gets more than a meter away from me, it sets itself off.
Actually, that's really good planning ahead.
We figured someone might try to take it away, so we put in a little safeguard. Since you two were kind enough to take it away from me, the bombs have gone from remote control to countdown timer. Go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Won't make any difference now. The bombs are gonna go off no matter what.
How long do we have?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Okay, well, that gives everyone enough time to start the end of your lives orgy.
Oh no.
My condolences.
What can we do to stop them?
Dio cannot be part of the orgy.
I told you that already. First, we need the device that allows us to input information. Then we plug it into each bomb and enter the codes.
Hey, Alice, who the hell are you? How do you know all this?
None of your damn business. Just tell me where the input device is.
Well, that's none of your damn business. Fuck! Stop! You're gonna break it!
Why do you care? You're literally gonna die! Don't you have spare clones with arms that aren't broken?
Of course. That's the plan.
Please, stop!
Just tell me what I want to know.
Okay, I'll tell you.
God damn it, Dio. You're such a bitch.
It's in my coat. The right-hand pocket.
Clover, check it out.
Right.
She nodded and started digging through his pockets. After a few minutes...
It's no use. There's nothing here.
Did you lie to me?
No. I swear, keep looking.
Oh, wait. There is something in here.
Clover pulled her hand from his pocket and held it out. Is that a pill? Like for medicine?
Hey, what is this?
Huh? I can't see it. Bring it over here.
Don't break... Dio's gonna take a cyanide capsule! Dio has a fucking cyanide capsule on him so he can kill himself to avoid being tortured. And he's gonna take it! Fuck, don't! Okay, remember the last time Dio said he just wanted to look at something? Remember that? Remember the stolen medicine? I remember. I don't think anyone else does, but I remember. Clover frowned and moved closer to Dio, holding the pill out toward him. Suddenly he moved, his right hand snaking out to grab the pill from Clover's hand. Before anyone could react, he shoved it into his mouth, and Dio just took his cyanide pill. I heard a tiny crack as he bit down on it. Almost immediately, he grimaced in pain. Yep, there goes Dio.
Shit!
What? What was that?
Oh, God.
Poison, I guess.
What?
Damn!
Well, Dio knew you guys were going to torture him for information, so he decided to skip out on the torture.
How could I be so stupid?
Clover's the one who went closer to him with it. Actually, how could you all be so stupid? I saw it coming. I immediately was like, oh, that's a cyanide pill. Don't give it to him. If you bring it closer to him, he's going to take it. And what did he do? He took it. And what are we getting? No information out of him. Oh, Dio, stop being so fucking dramatic. His eyes rolled up into his head, and flecks of spittle began to trickle out from the corners of his mouth. I grabbed him by the hair and shook. What the hell are you doing? Where's the input device?
Lost it. In my couch. Back home.
What the fuck, Dio? Don't screw with me!
Fine. Don't tell us. How about you give us the deactivation codes instead?
Deactivation? You guys are persistent. Fine. Not gonna do you much good anyway. I'll tell you. But you only get one. This is the deactivation code for Bomb 3.
Okay, I'm getting ready to write it down. Let's do this.
Ready?
I'm ready.
LXQ LHC NMR.
LXQ, LHC, NMR. Okay, we have 3 codes for 3 out of 4 bombs. We just need the number 2 bomb code. We're almost there. What about the other 3? Tell us the other 3! He didn't even seem to hear me.
My body will be a part of the foundation of a bright future.
Oh my god, Dio, you are drowning in the Kool-Aid, my guy. His voice was weak, and more foam was dribbling out of his mouth.
Such a beautiful world.
Oh god, I feel bad for him. God damn it. You know, I do want to applaud this game, because so far while playing this game, I have gotten genuinely angry at many of the characters. But then the game goes around and makes me feel bad for them. And I think that's very impressive.
May brother live in everlasting glory.
Aw, Dio. Those were the last words Dio spoke. He died with a strange, happy smile. Damn.
He only gave us the password for one of the bombs. This is bad. What are we gonna do?
Well, we have 20 minutes left before the bombs go off. Anyone want to get freaky? I don't know.
How much time have we got?
25 minutes.
That's enough time for a last... That's enough time for an orgy. Actually, I don't know how long an orgy takes. Is that enough time for one?
Are you sure?
Yes. When he told us the time, I checked my bracelet. It said exactly 30 minutes.
You mean the bombs are gonna go off the same time the next set of doors opens?
Yes. The time on your bracelet is the time we have left.
Oh. So, 25 minutes left to live. Anyone want to tell me they're in love with me?
This isn't good. I was hoping that we might be able to escape through the white doors, but...
It takes 5 minutes for the primary door to open and close. So...
Yes, I know. There's no way we can get through them before the explosion happens.
Well, there's no point just standing around. We should start looking. We need 3 things. The password input device.
And the remaining 2 bombs, right?
Right.
we also need passwords for all the bombs other than number 3.
Exactly.
Maybe Dio has a note or something.
Hold on. Let me check.
Maybe he has more cyanide pills, so we could all have, like, you know, a more painless death than being exploded by a bomb. She knelt down and quickly checked his pockets and sleeves, then sat back on her heels, frustrated.
Damn. He's clean.
Steal his top hat! I want to wear the fancy top hat! She looked pale.
Then we'll just have to hope we find it somewhere. Tenmyoji, can you go tell Luna what's happened?
Right. I'm on it.
Good. The rest of you, let's move out. We can do this. Let's go.
We all took off at a run, heading towards different parts of the building. But all of our searching turned up nothing. And as we searched, the clock kept ticking. Oh, it's all over. Then at last, the chromatic doors opened.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Our time had run out. We watched the white doors open. Were they doors to heaven or to hell? The thought barely had time to flutter through my mind before everything went white. We didn't even have time to say goodbye. 1,000 emotions flooded my brain in those last moments. Why? How? How had we ended up this way? Then, a blistering wave of heat, like the surface of the sun itself, wiped out any lingering thoughts. My consciousness slipped away into a bottomless pool of darkness. Neither heaven nor hell, only the void. Well, that was a bummer. That was a bit of a bummer. Well, we got Alice's ending. Four endings left. One more bomb password to get. Soon. Soon, we will figure it out. But for now, I think that's enough for today. I got the Alice! And you know what? Even though we all ended up dying horribly via explosion, at least I forgave Alice for all the betrayal before then. That was a nice moment. You know what? Fuck it, Kay? I know I've consistently been angry at you. I forgive you too. I forgive everyone. I forgive all of you, even Dio. We're gonna figure out a way to save everyone. We're just gonna have to all die a bunch more times before that happens. Well, I hope you all had fun. I did. And stick around if you want to join a raid I'm gonna set up.